when you're not studying, what do you like to do with your time?
I mean, yeah, first and foremost, I quite like sport. I've really tried to throw myself into rowing just because, I mean, yeah, that's kind of the done thing here. But it's because everyone kind of does it, they're very accommodating for novices, as they're called, so people who have never rowed before. And that's so some of my friends are like, because obviously I haven't been at the university for quite a while, a lot of my friends have really thrown themselves into it and have been doing really well. So that's something I want to get back into. I play basketball for the university as well. Again, it was kind of cut short, but I hope to continue that. I'm playing the varsity game next year. I also quite like to do, this is for kind of the humanities students as well, but this doesn't stop for STEM, doesn't stop STEM students. But if you like editorial work and if you like kind of working with publications, Oxford have got just a ridiculous number of zines, like blog type thing, anything you can think of really. There are just so many different ways to get writing. For me, I kind of got into it through the editorial side because I wasn't confident enough with my own writing, despite being an English student and writing 2 essays a week. I didn't feel confident enough, so I was kind of like, I'll take the background, I'll kind of edit, realized I really quite like doing that, and then I've gradually kind of worked up the courage to start actually kind of getting my work published and writing about things. And that's something that's really good at Oxford, because also some of the publications are have been going for a ridiculous amount of time and are also like recognized by employers and recognized by people. So if you can say, look, I've been writing and I've written for Charwell, for example, that is like already a well-known newspaper. So yeah, there's lots of kind of writing opportunities, journalism opportunities, and also the careers office is fantastic. I spoke about this yesterday, but there are lots of opportunities for internships, and that's something I've really been doing because I've got so much time off. I've just been kind of throwing myself into heritage work, publishing again, and kind of working with, so for me, I quite like manuscripts and archives, and despite the fact it sounds really niche, there are a whole bunch of internship opportunities for that, and I'm currently working on one right now, which is just, it gives you a good taste of what you can do once you graduate, despite the fact you're still like obviously in education now. So there are just so many opportunities to do everything, and I've tried to kind of try as many as I can, but also, again, I mentioned this yesterday, but I think it's really important to say that it can, especially at Oxford, especially with things like consulting and the corporate side of things, it can feel like everyone's just doing everything at all times, and that everyone's just the most successful person you've ever met, and it's just insane. It can feel like that, and it can get overwhelming, but don't feel the need to, I mean, like, you can just focus on your degree. You've got X amount of years here. You don't have to be like, okay, I'm going to be the president of this society and the president of this society, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to write a novel, and I'm going to, you know what I mean? You don't have to do everything all at once. So if you just want to begin and just take it slow, maybe join one society, maybe get a little bit involved with some volunteering here and there, especially if you're a crack start scholar, because that's, you have to do a certain amount of hours. So if you just want to do the volunteering and then just focus on your degree for first year, that's also completely fine. But either way, the bottom line is there's a lot to do if you choose to do it.
Like I started a society this year looking at it's called the Black Legacy Society. So it's mostly like looking at changing the narratives of historical figures and contemporary kind of narratives surrounding Black identity and Black history in Oxford. So that's something that I started this year, which I probably shouldn't have because I'm in third year. But I've also been throughout like my degree really heavily involved with the ACS, and also involved in things with like race equality. So I'm currently I was on the race equality and action group for the history faculty, and I'm also currently on the race, I think it's the race and resistance taught group. So that group kind of looks at again, kind of looking at how we can rethink race and identity in various spaces across Oxford, but also outside of Oxford as well. It's a really, really great group, and like they have amazing talks on there. So they even have a YouTube. Yeah, they have a YouTube yeah, so if you want to go and look at, you know, what they do, so it's Torch, it's called Torch, sorry. So yeah, that's what I can do. I'm very much into, in terms of like I don't want to call it extracurriculars, I'm also kind of into weightlifting, so like I wouldn't call it, well, yeah, weightlifting, and like the gym. So I try to, I mean, I haven't been able to do it as much now because of like trying to kind of get my degree in balance and everything, but I'm hoping like to kind of go back to it. And yeah, I would say like that's what I try to do outside of my degree.
I have 6 years here, so I have so much time. Like I'm gonna be like, I have time to do as much as I want to do like later on. But at the moment, yeah, I feel like I'm just living my best life. And yeah, like for example, like in Mykonos, I started the gym, and I went to like 2 sessions, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm on it. And I was like, no, okay, forget it, like I'm done with it now. Yeah, I'll go back to it in 2nd year or 3rd year. Like I have plenty of time. Yeah, but mostly my free time, I just love socializing. Yeah, I'm always with my friends, going out, shopping. That's what I do. In my free time, I go to Westgate. It's literally around the corner from me, and from Pembroke, and I just shop, retail therapy. Whenever I'm sad, shopping, happy, shopping. Yeah, my bank account is just like gone. But yeah, that's what I do in my free time at the moment. Also, yeah, like I think Nick said before about Crankstar, I do volunteering, so I tutor. But yeah, other than that, I'm just having a good time.
So sort of summarize what you just said, there's loads of opportunity to do so many different things, and to start your own society or to volunteer, and to make friends. But it's also totally fine if you just want to go to the gym and have a nice time. And I think the sort of message of that is that Oxford students do really normal things as well. So we do normal things like we meet our friends for coffee, and we go to the gym, and we have a work-life balance, as well as having quite intensive extracurriculars as well as intensive academics. And I think like Nick touched on this, but it's a really great place to try things you might not have had the opportunity to do. So for me, I also got to try rowing when I was at Oxford, and I really enjoyed that. And I also got to try like student drama, which is something I'd never thought I would do. So it's a really cool place to try new things, as well as kind of attend like quite academically rigorous sort of education.